Lucky. All right, I want to give my praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakodash, divine to the apostle, GMS as well. Peace, blessing, salutation to Yakim out there pushing forth the truth and sincerity. And Yaakov tuning in, and Israelite foreigners that are scattered. I'm not sure if I did the lesson on this already or not. But this is an article which says black woman best. How you put in black woman first may save us from economic disaster. I watch a lot of those. Today I watched some podcast called Fresh and Fit, and pretty much they was going into the so-called black women, which are the tribe of Judah, and pretty much due to the trying to pretty much using the so-called black woman and using the rest of these women, elevating the rest of these women, because pretty much everything's coming out that to the fact that these so-called American women are the worst women on the earth. You have a lot of men that's waking up, and this is how we're at the very end. They were saying how doing a lot of some guys doing those channels, red pill channels, and lucky. Basically letting men know about these American women. Pretty much they say they're being flagged and strike. They can't use whatever simp, beta, blue pill, because pretty much women and beta males and simps, manginas are pretty much the backbone of America. Because women can contribute to the society and they spend their money. They're pretty much they're like the plug of society, because women, they're greedy, they're narcissists, and they're stingy and they're selfish, and they look out for themselves, especially if they have kids, so they waste a lot of money, I'm pretty much trying to they spend billions and millions on their beauty to pretty much please the world. These women do not focus on pleasing their husbands, or pleasing their husbands. But in beta males, which are who have money and who are weak, they pretty much fuel these women. Because there's a lot of men out here that push and give away their money to these women for nothing, and validate these women and give them attention. Now it says in 2008, our economy experienced an economic crisis in which black women lost 258,000 jobs, more than twice as many as the jobs gained by black men. I'm not going to read all this, I don't want to make this long, but let me see. Despite historically low unemployment rates in March, within a month of pandemic, black women's unemployment rate has climbed to 16.9%, suffering the greatest job losses as compared with other groups. Employment has dropped sharply in the COVID-19 labor market. Black women face the largest losses. And, scripture says pride goeth before destruction. And pretty much these so-called black women, they're ready to fall very drastically, because they have this facade that, and it's crazy because everybody is seeing it, noticing it, man. You had on the podcast that I looked at on Fresh and Fit, and they was going in on the so-called black women, saying, pretty much they're too fucking masculine, and they're hard to deal with, and the days is coming, and all these women, starting with the so-called black woman, the Latino woman, Hispanic woman. I've been seeing a whole lot of Latino, Hispanic women that's pretty much taking this whole idea of this feminist, strong, independent, don't need no men, and pretty much being selfish and greedy, and just spending money to make them to doll themselves up, wasting their money on hair, beauty, makeup, nails and shit, to pretty much expensive clothing, trying to compete with men. In all actuality, you're keeping America afloat, but y'all fail to realize America is in debt. Y'all will never, ever, ever be able to pay that debt off because the goal is to bankrupt the society and crash the dollar. But it says black women are bearing the brunt of this economic crisis. And keep in mind that black women were already underpaid towards a 50 billion in forfeited wages before the epidemic. Let me see. I'm not going to read this whole thing. It said black women are the core of the nation's economy. Or it says why? Hold on. It says why should policymakers center black women? Black women are the core of the nation's economy, holding the frontline jobs and running small businesses, and they are more often the single heads of households in their communities. And that's true because ever since if a so-called black woman is born here in America, she's taught to go to school and pretty much give all her life into her time and her whole mind into to a job. She's taught to run small businesses, pretty much to make her look like a boss. And it is true. These so-called black women have all these kids, and they know how to reap the system, food stamps. They file their taxes. They have the sob stories. And again, it's ever since the feminist movement, you had a lot of these so-called black women that have become the heads of the households. And, again, they're destroying and turning things upside down. That's why the scripture says by the turning of the things upside down. Let me see if I can get that real quick, Baba Shah. Bear with me. It says, Isaiah 29:16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of that framed it, he had no understanding. So the Lord designed women to be under men, to be ruled over men, and to be subservient to her men. Because let's just like Sarah told Abraham, Sarah knew that Abraham was her Lord, and he and Abraham ruled over her. But in this society, it's the totally opposite. These women are competing against men, and they act as if they don't need men. And it's a damn shame you have 60-year-old, 70-year-old women, 50-year-old women, 40-year-old women that are stuck in this mind state. And like my boy Kevin Samuels say, they're gonna fucking die alone. And when this bitch fucking collapses, and when America starts to all that shit that man, I even heard and man, yo, this pissed me off, man. It was Jake I was talking to in the gym. He was pretty much telling me what the so-called black woman did to him in a marriage. But pretty much, I'm gonna just say it like this: he had to sell a $700,000 house. They have 4 cars. They had a Porsche. She had a Porsche. He had a Mercedes, and some other type of car. I forgot. And he said he had a 98 Jeep that his father left him, and pretty much all he said, he only left with the Jeep that his father left him, and $715 from a deal from $700,000, a $700,000 house. So that shows you right there. He had to pay $4,000 in child support, and $4,000 in alimony. But after 10 months, he said the judge dropped it. Another thing he said, he told me that the fucking bitch cheated on him, you know. And that's the type of world that we're living in. That these women can destroy households. They can willingly destroy. They don't need men, and they got so many fucking options. All the social media websites and all this gratitude and grants and all this leeway that this society has given these women to pretty much to get to up one over the men. And that's why this America is going to be fucking destroyed, because this has been an agenda to take the so-called black woman, the nigger woman, the B-dub, and to pretty much make her the head of the household and make her strong and independent and make it seem like she has power. That's another reason why they put this fucking heathen bitch Kamala Harris in office to pretty much keep on thinking that these women are being empowered. That's why if you go on social media, these fucking bitches are putting Kamala Harris on that what's that word, on that, pretty much as a photo on their page or their background picture, showing you that these bitches are idolizing this fucking power that they have been given. But it says yeah, black women are the yeah, hold on. Yeah, if they are elevated through policy, see that elevated. Let me get that. A woman shall surpass a man. Matter of fact, Salaki. Yeah, Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Now let's look at compass. Definition of compass. It says to go around something in a circular course. Strive to accomplish something. Let me see. I think they got the compass. Let me see something. Why they keep showing let me see something. Eat them online. Well, basically keep saying compass. Let me see something real quick. Bear with me. I'm going to go to the blue letter. Let me see. Yeah, it says a primitive route to revolve, surround, or border. Let me see. To turn around, turn about or around or aside or back or towards, go about or around, surround and circle, change direction. To march or walk around, to partly around, circle about, skirt, make a round, make a circuit, go about, to surround, compass. So basically, like I said, a woman shall surpass a man. So that's why they're elevating these women. What was it? Yeah, they're elevating. It goes to the scripture. You know, that's why another scripture says, she that is dead, she, hold on, she that is, which is dead while liveth, me see. I'll bring it up. Yeah. 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And when you look at, man, listen, when you talk to these women out here, they're fucking cold bodies. They're fucking dead. They're whack. They're clowns. They're dweebs. They're looking to devour men. In your energy, your whole essence. And, these women, these women, like they call them succubuses, man. They're out here to devour and drain men and to destroy them, man. So these bitches are dead. Why? Because these bitches are actually living the fancy life and a glamorous life. And they have so many options. They have so many outlets. They have so many ways that are protecting them. So pretty much a woman can destroy you. A woman can sit there and say you raped her. Another thing too, the thing is coming out when messing with women with messing with women that got kids, single moms, man. Man, it's because men, we pretty much don't have no voice, but shortly, but coming, all this is coming to the light, all this is coming to pass. The skirt of Babylon is being lifted up, so these men are now speaking out against this bullshit. A lot of things are being made manifest in these last days. But I'm gonna just end it with that. I don't wanna make this too long, but this is the the website, Black Women, this is pretty much the game plan, what they wanna do, but shortly everything's gonna come to short. Everything's gonna fall. Yeah, because black women make up the majority of the black labor force. So it's been an agenda to elevate and promote the so-called black woman and pretty much make her feel comfortable in the society while you destroy the men. Just like the whole plan was to, in Exodus, the first chapter, how they told the Hebrew midwives to kill the men and keep the women. Because when you go into the spoils of war, when you take the woman and you kill the man and you take their children and you make them as fucking slaves and servants. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it with that. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.